Hey everyone. This is my update and follow up from my last video, which was when was it? It was last Friday when I first um, started feeling a little under the weather, and I started having some mild um, symptoms of a cold, sore throat, headache, some body aches, a little bit of stiffness. And I also had a mild flare up of my tremors, of my Parkinson's symptoms. The tremors were the biggest thing, and stiffness. They were on and off during the time that I was sick, and I did not feel, and I still don't feel 100%, but I'm much, much better than I was. I actually had to get a COVID test done due to the fact that I did run a fever, a very, very low grade fever. It was only 99 degrees, but my symptoms were similar to COVID symptoms: the sore throat, the headache, the fatigue, the body aches. So I did contact my primary care on Monday. I got through the weekend. I talked to the pharmacist at where I get my prescriptions filled to see what I could take over the counter that would not interfere with any of my medications, because that's very, very important, especially if when you're on carbidopa levodopa, because there are so many foods that you eat, medications, whether it's over the counter or prescriptions, that can block the carbidopa levodopa from working. So they did suggest using Mucinex. I had been taking Tylenol, extra strength Tylenol, all weekend. So she had suggested using Mucinex. I had lost my voice, which I do every time I get sick. I actually have scar tissue from gastro intestinal reflux, or gastroesophageal reflux, excuse me. GERD is the abbreviation for it. So for the last few years, when I've had the flare-ups with my GERD, it has come up, and actually the acid has come up and actually burned my vocal cords and left scar tissue on there. So for the last few years, anytime that I get sick, does not matter what it is, if it's a sinus infection, if it's the flu, if it's a regular cold, no matter what it is, I lose my voice. I get laryngitis. So I'm finally got my voice back. It was last night. I'm still a little not 100%. I can tell it's hard for me to talk, and that's what happens when I get my laryngitis. It gets harder for me to breathe and talk at the same time. So, anyways, the pharmacist had suggested taking Mucinex along with the Tylenol. I did start taking the Mucinex, and once I contacted my primary care on Monday, he immediately had responded and stated, "You need to get a COVID test." My fever, I didn't take it all weekend. My temperature, I checked my temperature when I first woke up Monday morning. It was 99 degrees. So I told the doctor that. My COVID test, I had that done on Tuesday. I did not get the results back until Friday. So, of course, I had to be self-quarantined until the results came back. The results were negative, thank God. My tremors and my sickness, which I believe it was sinus related, it didn't feel like it had gone into my chest at all. It was the headache was all across the front of my head. My throat, of course, I had lost my voice, scratchy throat, um, and just major fatigue. So I did sleep quite a bit. I started taking vitamin C, vitamin D3, and also zinc. I also contacted because my tremors had gotten worse after I had started taking the Mucinex. And actually on it was I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday, my tremors had gotten so bad that I actually had to pull my walker out again that day. So I had contacted my neurologist, my movement disorder specialist. She had responded back and stated not to change anything, not to change any medication, not to do anything. She said just to ride it through, and my tremors were more than likely due to the sickness that I had and possibly the Mucinex that I was taking. So I stopped taking the Mucinex, and slowly but surely, my tremors had completely, almost completely stopped. I had them pop up once or twice for a day or two after that, but they were for short period of time. It was not a long period of time. And then through the weekend, no tremors at all. Thank God. So I think the Mucinex may have contributed to my Parkinson's symptoms coming back. So you saw what happened with my last video. At least I hope you did. This is the end of my sickness. Again, I'm still not 100%. I don't have any more headaches, thank goodness. My throat is still not 100%, but it's a whole lot better than it was. No tremors. Um, Still have a little bit of stiffness, but I am pretty much back to what I was before I got sick. So thank goodness for that. And hopefully it'll stay that way. I'm keeping my fingers crossed and praying. So I am still going to take it easy this week. I did exercise this morning, my physical therapy exercises. I think I'm going to do them every other day this week and not do as much as what I was doing prior to me getting sick. My body's still trying to recover from being sick. So I don't want to push it harder and exhaust myself again and push it to the point where I get sick again. So I just wanted to give you this quick update. Again, if you didn't see my video prior to this one, which was just a few days ago, it was last Friday. Today, not this past Friday, but the Friday before. So it is today's Monday. It wasn't this past Friday. It was the Friday prior to that. So that was almost the last week. It was the second to the last week of October when I had started getting sick and just feeling kinda cruddy and yucky. So, if you go back to that video, which was, let's see, it was October 23rd when I got sick. And I believe I posted the video either on the 23rd or the 24th when my tremors had flared up. So, again, Parkinson's and essential tremors. When when it comes to either disease, any type of trauma, sickness, stress, anxiety to your body can cause a flare up, which, as I told you, my neurologist had confirmed that. Um, my primary care had confirmed that as well. COVID negative. They did test me immediately. That was the very first thing that my primary care had stated. So, for the rest of you that are out there, oh, by the way, I did get my flu shot this year. My primary care insisted on that. He said it's very, very, very important because not only would the flu knock me down and cause a flare up, but because we are still very, very much in the red zone and with COVID, that the combination of the flu and COVID, if that were to happen to anyone with either disease, it would and could knock you down so badly that you could be hospitalized and possibly die from the complications. So that was the very first thing I did as soon as the flu shot was offered. I got one. So at least I'm covered on that side. But you never know. This weather has been on and off. And again, with COVID, people with our diseases are very susceptible or even more susceptible to contracting the virus. So we have to be very careful, which I am. I'm extremely careful about social distancing. I wear a mask everywhere I go. I have antibacterial wipes with me, hand sanitizer with me everywhere. I wipe everything down. Even when I go out to eat and I sit outside and the table, the silverware, everything, I wipe it down with antibacterial wipes. I make sure when I get done looking at the menu, if they don't have a virtual menu, which that is the best thing that the restaurants have come up with, is having a virtual menu where you can order from your phone so you don't have to touch an extra menu. That's the best thing in the world. So if there's anybody out there that's watching this that owns restaurants, that have friends that own restaurants, please, please relay that to them. That is the best thing in the world. That cuts down on, even more of a chance of contracting the virus. But if they do have menus, I wipe my hands off, I wipe the menu off, I do everything possible. I get back in my car, I get my hand sanitizer out before I touch anything. I get my antibacterial wipe, I wipe down the steering wheel, the door handle, my keys, everything. So I'm very, very, very careful. I can tend to be a little anal retentive with certain things. And because of not only just the virus, but because I am in that category of being even more easily susceptible to contracting the virus, I am even more anal retentive now about washing my hands, just social distancing, everything I can possibly do to prevent contracting the virus. So my life does not stop, but I am very, very, very careful. If anyone comes near me, I'm moving in the other direction. If I'm in the store getting groceries, I have my mask on. I get my antibacterial wipe down the cart. When I get done, I wipe down my purse before I get in the car. I do everything possible. And I hope you are all doing the same thing. Again, we are in that category, just like children, babies, elderly people, people with, you know, the word I'm looking for, compromised immune systems, diseases like what we have, essential tremors, Parkinsons. We have to be especially careful. So, again, just wanted to give you a quick update and thank you all again for. I got an email today from someone who came across one of my videos, and it was just one of the sweetest emails I've received. I'm going to start crying. She found me on Instagram, and she started following me on Instagram. I emailed her back today and just thanked her for such a sweet and kind email. She lives in Italy, and so I think that's wonderful. And that's why I do this. I want to share my story so that other people that suffer from either one of these diseases don't feel so alone and know that that you can find a way to live your life. You have to live it day by day, but you can still continue to live your life. There's all kinds of resources. I've been very, very lucky. It took me over a year to find my movement disorder specialist, and she's the one that really changed things for me. She saved my life. And then my physical therapist that is certified in treating Parkinson's patients, he changed my life. When I changed my diet and eliminated animal protein out of my diet, that changed my life. 5 years, 2 years, I don't know what's going to happen. 6 months, 2 months, I don't know what's going to happen. But right now, today's a good day. Even when I was sick and my symptoms had popped up and you saw my tremors, it still wasn't a horrible day. It wasn't a great day, but it wasn't horrible. Even when I had to pull out my walker that one day, it was a bad day, but it wasn't a horrible day. And the next day I woke up, my tremors weren't as near as bad. So I'm so thankful for that. We're going to have hiccups. We're going to have hurdles. We're going to have to cross. But just keep pushing and keep trying to be as healthy as you can. That is the main goal for all of us. We're all going to progressively deteriorate. But the longer we can push it off, the better off we are. And we can do that with diet, physical therapy, things like that. Making sure you have a routine, you take your medications on time. Those are the things that are the hugest part of making a difference in your life. And I hope that you, any of you, even if I reach one person and this helps them, I'm very thankful for that. So, again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, hit subscribe. If you want to make a comment, please feel free to do so. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. Just type in my name. Reach out to me if you would like to. I'd be more than happy to share my story with you. And every trial and error and mistake and the good things, the bad, the ugly, all of it. I'd be more than happy to share it with you. But the biggest thing is spreading the awareness for both diseases. We need to find a cure. Michael J. Fox, Davis Finney Foundation, both of them are doing phenomenal work with Parkinson's. We still don't have a lot of, and we don't have a face on, or a face of essential tremors. There are several essential tremor foundations. The International Essential Tremor Foundation is a fantastic resource. So if you have essential tremors, please get on that website. And you can find all kinds of support groups on Facebook. Again, if you want to reach out to me, find out any information at all, please feel free to do so. But just please spread the awareness. Share my videos with whomever you want, wherever you want. The more people we reach, the sooner we can get better treatments, medications, and hopefully a cure someday. And someday during our lifetime. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching and continuing to watch my journey with both diseases, essential tremors and Parkinson's. Thank you again. And I will post an update probably in another month, maybe in a couple of weeks. I believe I have a doctor's appointment this month. So I will give you an update after my doctor's appointment. Okay? Thanks again.